We are live. I'm live with you guys. It's just me this time. Paul is at work. Ben is flying to Peru. And James is gaming right now. He's got a stream going. So I am going to do this with you guys. I hope you guys all have the stream on and we can watch together. Jan Turk is on stage right now. I know I'm a little late. I know I missed a few guys, but I was out. I just got home, so I'm happy to be here with you guys, covering the show, watching this thing, uh, seeing if Martin can come back. Big Mike is with the family, so it's just me. You guys are stuck with just me. You know what? You're right. I call Seth. Let's see what Seth is doing. Call Seth Feroci. It's kind of late notice. He's probably with his family or some shit. Jan Turek looks better than yesterday, man. He's a lot harder, and it's a pretty good showing for him. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Martin's going to be able to come back and pull this thing out, or do you think C-Bum Seth is busy? Let's see. Okay, you guys are stuck with me. It's just me and you guys. That's it. Okay, who do we got next? This is Aaron Wolski up now. Aaron Wolski looking good. Legs look good. Waist looks good. Condition peak is all good. He's looking at a top 5 spot, which is interesting. Call Guy. Call everybody. Okay, call everybody. Call Guy Cisternino. Let's see what Guy Cisternino's doing. Call Greg Doucette. You guys are fucking hilarious. Guy, what are you doing? You're on a podcast right now, live.
Going to take my girl's kids to work.
What?
Taking my girl's kids to work.
Oh, that doesn't sound like fun. You're on daddy duty.
I hate it. Yeah.
How did you get like an automatic family? You just like add water.
I guess when you date somebody with kids and the father just come back, you kind of like
that
role.
Just add.
What are you doing? The live feed?
Yeah, I'm doing a live feed. Aaron Wolski's on stage right now. Yeah, I'm just doing a live like breakdown of the show.
Think of me because if I get back and you're still on, I'll come on.
I don't know. I'll send you a link, and if you get back in time, just jump on. I don't know. I have a feeling it's going to be like half an hour, maybe. You're probably not going to get back in time.
Well, I'll text you as soon as I walk in the door, but send me the link.
Okay.
Right, I can't wait to have another nickname like Daddy.
Okay. All right, Guy. I'll talk to you. Bye. All right. You guys are stuck with me. That's it. I hope you guys don't mind. It's just me and you. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. What do you guys think? Did Martin already go up? Because I didn't get a chance to see the beginning of this, so I don't know if he came out by himself. This gentleman, I don't know his name, but this guy turned pro yesterday. He actually looks harder than he did yesterday on stage. Like he maybe filled out a bit, also dried up. So Cammy, Fouad, can you book me first class? We'll see. We'll see. Maybe. We'll see. You still haven't won yet. We got to see how Bumstead and Martin look today. I haven't seen either one today, so I don't know what's going on. Paige says, yes, Martin was up. He looked sharper than yesterday. Okay, good. Did Chris go up yet? Have we seen if Chris looks better? Oh, Martin, Chris, and Clarita already went. Does Chris look better than yesterday or the same? Joseph, C-Bum's brother-in-law's friend. Yeah, that's the extension of it. Martin looks sharper, so does Chris. Going to be a good show. Do you guys think if Martin is the same as the Olympia, he can beat Chris? Or do you think Chris is just such a wow factor physique that he can't pull it off? Chris looks better today. Chris looked pretty damn good. Martin is a lot better, but Chris is a bit better also. So I guess it stands to reason that if Martin's better, it's really going to come down to how much ground he has to make up from yesterday. I wonder what the judges I wonder how bad the scoring was or how much not bad. I wonder how much more Chris won prejudging by yesterday. Like I wonder if it was a big different big gap or a small gap. Um Fouad get some beard dye. No, probably not. Gonna stay gray. Martin got this even with bad conditioning. I don't think Martin's conditioning was bad. I think he just faded. Okay, here we go. We had a call out. We got Horse, Matthias, Martin, Chris, Clarita, and Aaron Wolski pulling up on the right side. And from first glance, Chris looks to me as good as he did yesterday. I don't think he looks better. I don't think he looks more full. I think he just still perfect. I think he was pretty perfect yesterday. Martin looks fuller and harder to me. His color looks a lot better, which is a really good thing because yesterday I thought his color was much too light. Um, turn to the back now. Back double bicep. Martin's conditioning looks good. And the back double, I have to give it to Martin. Matthias looks really good. Matthias is fucking conditioned. He's just given up a little bit of size. Back lat spread's nice. I think in the back lat, Chris does a little better than the back double, but I think I still have to give that to Martin. The side tricep, I don't know. Martin looks fucking good tonight, man. That tan, like just that deeper tan and a little bit more full. He also looks dry. He's not sweating. I don't know. This is it's a different Martin. Yeah, he looks really good. He's dried up and very full. So Paige says Matt Martin's back double is smoking Chris. I agree with that. Frozen Surf Society says Chris looks even better and Martin has improved too. I don't know. I couldn't tell. I mean, this is kind of a far shot, but I couldn't tell if Chris looked better. Like I said, he was pretty perfect yesterday. Second call out here. We got Andre Presti moved up into the second call out, which I think is good because I thought he got overlooked yesterday. Jan Turek and Andrea Presti in the middle here. Jan Turek looking pretty good today. He's sharpened up a bit from yesterday. Andrea Presti. I feel like they almost all went back and got their tan redone. And I think somebody said something to them about the just doing the video. They don't seem to be moving around angles as much, which is really nice. Rio, thanks for the super chat. I know he's a phenom, but you don't think it's a bad look for the open class if C-Bum wins? No, I don't. Chris is a once in a lifetime, I shouldn't say once in a lifetime, but once in a generation physique. Like you don't get physiques that are that well put together every day. And I don't think it's a bad look for the open class. Chris is a great bodybuilder and he's not small. He's actually, one of the reasons he kept dominating classic is because he was bigger than everybody. Like, yes, he had a better shape, better symmetry, better structure, more pleasing physique to look at, presentation, all of that. But he's also bigger than everybody in the class. Like the only guy that's bigger than him in classic is fucking Wesley, but Wesley's not balanced. So for Chris to move up to open is not as weird as say somebody like a Ramon. Like Ramon, I don't think would do as well because Ramon's just not as big a guy. So I think Chris could make that leap because he does carry a lot of size for that class, but he also is phenomenally put together. James Hollingshead's in the chat. I know, man, you got a game. Look, gaming's important. It's all good. I can run this shit. I'm used to doing commentary by myself. I think people in Swole Illuminati says, I think people who haven't seen Chris in person don't understand how massive he actually is for a classic guy. This is very true. I don't think Chris has the muscle bellies of an open guy. Like if you look at the muscle bellies themselves between Martin and Chris, Martin's muscle bellies are much more full But when you look at Chris's structure, he's just structurally like bone structure wise, he's a very big guy, and he carries the mass on his physique very well, so it doesn't look bad on him, and he holds his own against these guys with muscle bellies that are more full, frankly. Um, I do believe if Chris preps for the next year, he can take it. I don't think so, man. Samson is not. Samson's a different level than Martin. I know there are four placings apart at the Olympia, but Samson is 300 pounds with beautiful shape and very good presentation. And he's been on stage a number of times and also has good stage presence. I don't think can Chris beat Samson one day? I don't know, maybe. I don't know, but he'd have to put on a lot of size for it to happen. So I don't think 1 year, if he is ever going to beat Samson, I don't think it'll be 1 year. And I don't know if Chris is going to be able to or would want to put on the size it would take to beat somebody like Samson. You guys are really, I look, Chris is a phenomenal bodybuilder, but you have to go back and watch some videos of Samson. I think he just put up a couple today on his Instagram. That's a different, I think that's a different level altogether. Who had, if CBum does an Olympia, would you like to see him take a year off and put on some size? Yeah, I think everybody would. Look, I think Chris is an awesome person and he's a great competitor. I'd love to see him put on size, but I also want him to be healthy just for his own sake. All right, so we got another call out here. We got Martin, Sean, and Chris. So this is the top three. They got Chris in the middle, Martin on the left, Sean on the right. Martin looks very good, not sweating, very full, dry, crisp. Chris, like I said, I feel like looks the same as yesterday, not better, not worse. In the side chat, like, look, I have a hard time looking at this and not leaning towards Martin just because of how full and thick he is. Like that back double bicep, I have to give to Martin. The back lat spread, that's a little closer. That's a little closer. I think I might still give it to Martin, but it's a little closer. The side tricep, Martin's side tricep looks really good today because that chest is really dry. Stomach looks like it's pulled in a little bit. The ab and thigh, just because of the way Chris hits it, I think I would have to give it to him. Also because of the lats, the way they sweep down from the armpit. The most muscular, I think I would have to give to Martin. It's definitely a closer show. So they've swapped Chris out. They put Sean in the middle. I think this is their. I wouldn't say that this means anything. I think they're just they're going to give everybody a chance in the middle here. Rio, thank you for the super chat. I don't know, just the fact that he can win an open show over the fourth best bodybuilder in the world after just being in Classic 4 weeks ago is kind of wild. Would say a lot about the direction Open is going? Yeah, I think Open has been going that direction for a little while. I mean, they've been going from like when I competed my generation, they didn't care about waist size as much. Now, aesthetics, symmetry, flow of the physique is all scored very heavily. You can't win an Olympia with a wide waist or a thick waist or any of that. Like you have to have good symmetry. So yes, the entire sport is going in the direction of the people have spoken. They want prettier physiques. They don't just want mass. But there is a clear distinction between the classes in that muscularity is more important in the open class. And even though Chris, and also the fact that you just said just being classic 4 weeks ago, Chris is classic, but classic is not far off of bodybuilding. Yes, they're smaller, but like as I said before, Chris is the biggest guy in the classic division. So if anybody can make that switch over and make it a little bit more seamless, it's Chris. Martin's starting to sweat here now. Starting to come out of him a bit. He still looks good though. Still looks like he's focused. Energy still looks high. The only shot, like I'm having a little bit of tough time figuring out who I want to give that back lat spread to. The only shot I know for sure I can give to Martin is the back double is for sure his. The most muscular I think is his. The side tricep is tough. It looks good on Chris, but Martin is better tonight. And his tan is really, even though he's sweating, his tan being better is really making him look better tonight than yesterday. All right, they just finished the ab and thigh. Let's see where they go from here. Jared Anthony, Thank you for the super chat. That's here we go again. They're doing a most muscular here. I got to give that to Martin. Jared Anthony says, Fouad, I'm currently in the hospital fighting cancer, and I wanted to thank you for the podcast. I don't have family, and it's really helping me keep going. I am truly grateful. Dude, thank you so much for that. I'm extremely flattered, and I hope you get well and get through this. Okay. I'm glad we could bring you a little bit of entertainment or joy while you're going through a tough time. All right, so they got them all posing down now. TJ Davis says, is there a female competitor that girls drool over the way we drool over Chris? I don't know. I don't know. Girls are generally nicer to each other than men are anyway, I think. Let's see. Just joined. Who do you think is winning right now? Fuck, I don't know, man. I don't know if Martin did enough to overcome Chris from yesterday. Like as of at the end of prejudging yesterday, I thought Chris was winning. I don't know. I feel like Martin looks better tonight, and I think he might be able to edge him out, but depends how convincingly Chris won prejudging yesterday and if Martin can overcome that gap. That's really what it's going to come down to. I think tonight, from the comparisons I saw, I feel like Martin could have edged him, but then he started to sweat a little bit at the end there. So I don't know if he faded a bit. We'll see. Did you see Greg Doucette's video? He thought it was a clear win for Martin due to his back shots being so much better than Chris. The back lat spread is not that much better than Chris's. It's pretty close. The back double is much better. Look, I think it's a tough call, man. I really don't know. I feel like 100% Martin is better than Chris, but this isn't, I don't think, 100% Martin that we saw yesterday. Daniel Ortner says Chris wins front, Martin wins back, side. I don't know. That's actually a pretty good. That's actually a pretty good way to look at it. Chris wins the front lat for sure. Front double is maybe a little bit of a toss up. The side chest I would have to give to Chris. The side tricep I think I have to give to Martin. Both back shots I think I would give to Martin, and the ab and thigh could go to Chris, but then the most muscular would go to Martin. So it's like it's very close. And then, as I said to somebody yesterday in the comment section, then you have to go to the other areas of bodybuilding that we look at. So it's not just pose to pose for pose for pose. Then we got to look at presentation. And presentation is going to be, it encompasses posing, tan, stage presence, all of that, stage composure. So when you see Martin sweating on stage and Chris is kind of breezing through it, it makes you look at it a little differently. Chris's tan was perfect yesterday. Martin's is better tonight. Chris's posing is very, very good. He's very comfortable posing. He knows exactly how to hit his shots. Martin is getting there, but maybe not at Chris's level yet. So all these things kind of factor into the way the judges look at a physique and judge when it's this close. Do prejudging points count into who wins or only the finals? Well, no, I think they take both nights into, like, it's, they got to see the points from yesterday versus the points for today, and then that decides who's going to win. Like it's not like yesterday doesn't count. There's yesterday and today, and then they combine them. Campen and Fishin says too late for Martin. Chris took over yesterday. Could be. It was a very deciding. It was very decisive. It was very decisive yesterday. Who do I have winning tonight? I don't know. I didn't get to see enough of the fucking show, unfortunately. I've only seen these last few callouts. I think if I had to pick somebody, I would go with Martin only because he's a little bigger tonight, a little sharper tonight. His tan is better. And I think those are some of the things that held him back yesterday. He did seem to fade a bit at the end of the comparison rounds here. So I don't know if that's gonna hold him back. Tom Porter says this is so close, but I think Chris has just slightly edged it, Fouad. I think based on yesterday, that could be right. I don't know if it was all judged just right now. I think Martin did enough. But I think if we factor in yesterday, then it's going to be tough. We'll see what the judges think. Fouad Foluminati says, I think it's going to be a 1 or 2 point win for either Chris or Martin. Yeah, it's going to be close. Like regardless, it's not a dog walk for either guy. Like it's going to be a close win for Chris or a close win for Martin, however they swing it. I wouldn't be surprised if Clarita got second. I would be shocked if Clarita got second. That's the only thing. Like I really do think it's a Martin and Chris show. I think Sean is definitely third place. Fouad, which other classic physique do you see doing well in the open? If Wesley could grow his legs a bit, I could say Matt Grego. First guy that comes to mind is actually Matt Grego. When I think of Matt Grego, I'm like, that guy could put on a little bit more size and be a good open competitor. Caliph SO97 says, come on, Fouad, you know it's Chris, which is a win for you also. Both shower with your dogs. Look, man, I don't have a dog in this fight. I know you guys think because Martin's my athlete that I want him to win. I want him to win, yeah, because Martin's my athlete, but it's not to the point where like I really like, oh, I hope Chris loses. Martin is fourth place in the open at the Olympia, regardless of what happens here. And he's like 27 years old. He's going to continue. He's not even near his prime. So whatever happens this year or next year for Martin, it's not going to matter. It's going to keep going up for him. God forbid if there's any injuries or anything like that, because he's got a great work ethic and a good physique. Dan Lake says Matt Grego in person, dude is massive. Yeah, he looks massive in his photos. I could see that. Wesley Alexander says, is it crazy to think Raphael would fare better against Chris than Martin despite the Olympia placings? It's not crazy because they have similar physiques, but I think Chris would dominate Raphael more so than he would Martin. All right, so they got Horse in fifth, I believe. I can't remember where I put him in my predictions. Let me see. I got Horse. I got Horse in fifth, but I think Andrea Presti might have fucked me up a little bit. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, who's fourth? We're gonna move Matthias into good for Matthias, man. That's incredible. I don't know if this is I don't know too much about this guy. Can anybody tell me if this Matthias guy is this his first pro show or has he been around for a long time? I don't know anything about him, but he beat I don't remember Horse is an Olympian. He beat two Olympians. He beat Horse and or no, I don't know if Horse is an Olympian. I'm totally fucking that up, but I know he beat Andrea Presti, who's an Olympian, which is crazy. So fourth place behind Sean Clarita is pretty impressive, but I don't know anything about him. If you guys can fill me in. Joseph Vera, love everything you've done for the sport of bodybuilding, and I believe you've cemented yourself in the sport. You're setting the standard for bodybuilding media. Thank you very much, man. That means a lot to me. I love what I do, and I love being able to do this with you guys. Sean Clarita, third place. That one I don't think is a shock, but now we come down to all of these placings seem pretty easily picked out. Like we thought from judging from the prejudging callouts, we thought Horse was going to be fifth, Matthias fourth, Clarita third. These are all kind of predictable. I'm going to say that the judges are going to give it to Chris based on yesterday's prejudging. That's not based on tonight. Based on the show as a whole, yesterday and today, I think Chris. Wait, what are we doing here? Did Chris just get second? Martin won. Holy shit. Did Martin do enough tonight? Is that why? Incredible. Good for Martin. Good for Chris, man, doing this fucking thing. There's a lot of people out there that think Chris won. And in fact, I thought yesterday would have been enough for him to take it. Fucking crazy. Good for him, man. Good for Chris. That's fucking awesome. Martin, first place. Good fucking boy, Martin, man. Good for you. I'd like to know from the judges, was it the second night that did it? Or was it? I'd like to know actually if he did lose prejudging. Maybe we're wrong about that. Team Hostile with another one. That's right, baby. We're fucking we're doing it. Martin fucking did it. Good for him, man. He's the fucking shit. And I look at the sportsmanship. I love it. Him and Chris with an embrace. Yeah. See, I got a couple comments from people yesterday that were like, Martin's not humble. Martin's fucking cocky. Martin's this. Listen, if you guys are talking about Martin from 5 years ago, I would agree with you. Actually, if Martin was with here with me, he would agree with you. Um, but Martin has done a lot of work on himself. You know, he talks about it all the time. He talks about the therapy he's done and all of that. And I think he's a changed person. Like he's not cocky. He's confident in his abilities, but he's very humble and he shows a lot of humility. And this is humility in victory. You know, he's giving Chris and Sean a hug, and it's a big deal for him. And I bet you, I don't know for sure, but I bet you he came back from yesterday because I think I don't know what the judges had, but I know everybody I talked to had Chris edging out prejudging. So good for him, man. Fuck. Came back, better color, a little more full, a little more crisp. Fucking did the thing. That's right. Good for you, Martin. Fuck, I want to call him now. I wonder if do you guys think if I call him, he'll answer? What do you guys think about this? Are you guys upset? Do you guys think Paige Wirtz says, Fuad, do you think more classic guys are going to start crossing over into open now? I don't think so. I think we'll get a couple. I think there's a couple guys that can do it, but I don't think it's going to be a common thing. Levon says, Fuad feels so relieved. You're fucking right. You're fucking right. I do. Holy shit. That was a close one there for a bit. Um, I don't think a lot of classic guys will make the transition because Chris, like I said, is one of the biggest classic guys. And I don't think a lot of guys can make that transition. So what else do we got here? Sign that bonus check gladly. I love I love signing bonus checks because they fucking deserve it. I'm gonna call Martin. Just chill the fuck out. Everybody's freaking out. Um, I'm gonna call him. I don't think he's gonna answer, but uh Ian punching the air. I don't think Ian's punching the air. Ian predicted that Martin would win. Ian predicted Martin would win and Chris would be second. All right, so they got a little bit of a speech here with Chris. I want to show it to you guys, but I can't. Cam, Cam says, I'm still coming. Fuck you, you are. Cam, you lost the bet fair and square. You almost won. I was going to honor my side of it. I swear I was. Art Good says, was hoping Chris would win just because it would be a great way to cap off his career, but happy for Martin. I agree. That's a good sentiment. I kind of feel the same way. I'm happy for Martin that he won. But it would have been cool to see Chris win and then leave and kind of go right off into the sunset, you know? And for those people wondering about the Olympia next year, if Chris decided next year he wanted to do the Open Olympia and he wanted a special invite, I think it would just take one phone call and they would be like, yeah, you can do it. So I don't think it's like Chris is not playing by the same rules where he has to win this show to qualify for the Olympia. They would just let him do it if he wanted to do it. Let's see what other comments do we have here. Congrats, congrats. Chris won't ever do the Olympia now. I don't think he was planning on doing it anyway. Martin should have been punished for looking soft and couldn't hold poses properly yesterday. Well, he was probably yesterday. Like the 2 days are judged separately, so he probably did. I bet you Chris probably did edge him out yesterday. I wonder if I can play this for you guys sound wise. Let me see if we can hear what they're saying. Did edge him out yesterday. I wonder if I can play this for you guys sound wise. Shit. I can't do that. Sorry, guys. Did I like the stage in Prague? Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. They managed to get some lighting up there and make it look interesting with the big screen, but it didn't look overly distracting, and I thought the guys looked good. So they cut the sound for his speech. Oh, okay. That's why I couldn't hear it. I was wondering. I wonder why they cut the speech part out of the live stream. It sounds like everyone can't hear the sound on the street. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why they would do that. That's probably one of the nicest like parts of the show is hearing Chris's thoughts. Is Detroit a 2 day show? No, one day. Martin most probably won both days. He might have traded some points yesterday, but got straight first today. I could agree. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see when the scorecards come out. I wonder if Chris did edge him out at prejudging or not. You had to pay extra to hear the speech. That can't be true. C-Bum greater than Martin. Not tonight. Maybe it's a mistake or some sound problems. Rock needs to be C-Bum beating Sean still counts for the flight. No, it doesn't. No, it does not. I didn't bet. I didn't bet Chris would beat Sean or Sean would beat Chris. Martin will now get hate, which he don't deserve because he didn't judge. He didn't. I don't think Martin will get any hate. I think obviously there's going to be the crazy Chris fans who are going to shit on him or whatever. But I think most people that know the sport understand why he won. Um, Fouad, how much did you pay them? How much did I pay who? Fouad, stream it. They didn't call you to commentate. Giles was ass. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to say anything about anybody else. I would have loved to commentate the show. I actually asked them if they wanted me to come out and commentate the show, and they said they already had Giles and AJ. So I really like AJ on commentary. Get him more on more shows. AJ's really good. AJ's very animated. He's very excited. He's very positive, which makes the live stream better for everybody, I think. Let's see what else are you guys saying here? The live was doing some stupid shit like why the fuck show me the crowd on C-Bum's posing routine? Yeah, I don't know. I didn't get to see C-Bum's posing routine. Fuad, love you so much, and we'd love to see the live party often. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Martin was definitely behind during prejudge. I think so. I'm interested to see what the scorecards look like. Let's see. Fuad, thoughts on fat burners? There's some good ones. We'll be coming out with one next year, probably. Let's see. It was very close between the two. If Martin would have repeated the O look, it wouldn't have been this close. I agree. If he would have looked like he looked on Saturday night at the Olympia yesterday, I think he would have shut the door really early. But that's why we do the shows. Things change. Commented on the YouTube video about Martin and Prague, and the negative comments about Martin not going to win was crazy. People forget it's open, mass is important, legs and back. I don't blame people for thinking that. It's very hard to judge bodybuilding shows if you don't understand bodybuilding necessarily, like if you don't understand it to its depths. Because if you're just I don't want to say a fair weather fan, but if you don't know bodybuilding judging really well, when you look at the show, I mean, even if you do know bodybuilding judging really well, when you look at the two guys, you're like, Chris's physique is just beautiful. It's hard to miss because it's like the stature of it, the way it's put together, the flow of it, the tiny waist, the conditioning. It's very hard to not think he won. But then when you take into consideration bodybuilding criteria itself, which has a lot to do with mass, now you're like, okay, the measurements kind of tell the story. It's hard to ignore Martin's legs. It's hard to ignore the thickness of his chest. It's hard to ignore the size of his back. All of these things start to come into play, and then you're like, okay, wait a minute. It's hard to ignore these things, even though Chris's physique is beautiful. What else do we have here? Derek and Brandon won the O with not impressive legs. Uh, I guess. I mean, yeah, I guess it's not a totally inaccurate. I mean, they do have impressive legs. Are they as impressive as their upper bodies or as some of the other people in the lineup? Probably not, but I'm not sure why that matters in this context. Martin gained in the finals, few shots over C-Bum. I agree. Okay, let me see. I wonder if Martin will answer. Call Martin Fitzwater. I don't think he's going to answer. He's probably with family and whatever. Oh, wait. I got to do this manually. What the fuck? Where is he here? All right. Let's see if he answers the phone.
While your call is completed, long distance charges may apply.
You guys think he's going to answer? Call C-Bum. Call Brett. Call Ian. Just call everybody. He's probably got a million things to do right now. He's not going to answer the phone. All right. Let's see. Call Ian. No, not that Ian. Where the fuck is Ian? I can't believe you guys are staying on here for this shit. Let's see what Ian says. Fired. Yeah. Marge fired for not answering. Okay. Let's see what Ian says if he answers.
Yo,
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm at the show.
You're live on the podcast.
I'm live.
You're live.
Oh, what's up?
I'm going to let you go because I know you're at the family, but did you think Martin won the show?
I thought he was a lot better tonight for sure. When I watched yesterday, I thought Chris was the clear winner. And that's not taking away from anything from Martin. I love Martin, and I predicted him to win the show. So it's tough to say. I thought Martin, and he admittedly said there he wasn't at his best yesterday, and I thought Chris looked really, really good. I did have Chris winning more poses than Martin, and I think even in the poses Martin was winning, I thought Chris's crispness and detail and color and posing just took him over the edge.
Yeah.
For the total package. I think tonight Chris was about the same, maybe not a hair quite as good as yesterday, but pretty close. And I think Martin was markedly better. So I don't know. I'm interested to see the scorecard, see if it was close yesterday and then Martin was a decisive win tonight, or if they had Martin winning yesterday. I don't really know, but congrats to Martin, man. I mean, it's, he pulled it together. That must have been tough after yesterday. I'm sure he felt the pressure on him that he wasn't winning going into today. I'm sure that's kind of how it felt for him.
You could see it. You could see it on stage before his last round. You could see him. He looked a little deflated.
Yeah, and from what I heard too is he'd had a small hamstring injury on stage that was quite a thing for him. I guess when he was posing one of the shots, he kind of went to crank his legs in for his back double, and his adductor popped on him.
No way.
So I think he started to I think that's when he started to panic a little bit, and then you could see the cortisol, and I think that's what Stefan was saying. So, the fact that maybe if he had a little something like that, plus maybe he thought he was behind, and to go home and keep your head together and reel it in and come back tonight better, his can was better, his posing was better, he was drier, and come back and then capture a win is definitely commendable for sure.
Yeah, I kind of thought the same thing as you. I thought after prejudging yesterday, I'm like, okay, Chris edged him out. But then when I saw I didn't get to catch all of it today, but I caught the comparisons. And I thought Martin's color was a big thing. But then I also thought he was a little bit more full and a little bit more crisp. So I thought he edged him out tonight.
No, he was definitely better tonight for sure. I mean, that was evident right when he came out. Color was better. And even yesterday, some of his signature things, his glutes, you could see weren't quite as Derek Lunsford-y as normal.
Yeah.
They were a little bit faded in some of the shots, especially from where we were sitting really close. You could see that there was not quite that deep bruise in them. That today he definitely had back better and closer to how he looked at the Olympia. So props to him for reeling it back. And I'm a big Martin fan, so I'm obviously I wanted Chris to win it from a family perspective, but I'm happy and proud for Martin for sure.
How many cigarettes have you smoked in Turkey or in Prague?
I thought he's really good. Because in Canada we can't get flavored cigars anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
So I've gone on a prime time fucking pair down here. I just went to when I was at the airport. I just found the section, every single brand that looked good. I bought one pack of each, and I'm just going to work through them over the next couple of days.
Okay. Okay. Listen, can you
back to Turkey tomorrow? So
tell everybody I said hi. Tell Chris I said congratulations, and we'll see you when you get back, man.
Yeah, man. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Bye.
Goodbye.
All right, I called Ian for you guys. Mr. B, thank you for the super chat. Following bodybuilding is a lot more entertaining because of you and your crew. Hope you continue to expand what you're doing. Cheers, dude. Thank you very much, Mr. B. The guys are awesome and they make bodybuilding really fun for me and I hope everybody else. The big take. Thank you for the super chat. $20 for cigarettes. I'm going to put it to good use today. I'm going to go buy a pack of cigarettes. What else do we have here before I go? Call Paul. Paul's at work. Let me see. Let me call Paul. I'll call Paul for you guys. Call Paul Lozon. So you guys are we're just gonna sit on the live and I'm gonna call everybody. We're gonna talk to them. Let's see what Paul has to say. You don't tell Ian you love him when you guys hang up. No, we don't. Ian's not an I love you kind of guy.
Wait 1 second.
Paul, you're on a live podcast. I know you're at work. Can you talk or no?
Just for a minute.
Chris took second.
I know. I was just texting with
See
you.
that shit?
Yeah, man. Fuck, that's awesome.
Fucking Martin won.
Yeah, he came back and pulled it together, right?
Yeah, he looked good tonight. He tan was better. He looked a little more crisp. He did it. He put it all together.
It's good to see he composed himself and brought it back a better package today. That was good to see.
Yeah.
So, maturity for a young guy.
What's that?
A lot of maturity for a young guy.
Yeah, it does show a lot of maturity. I guess Ian was saying that he popped his hamstring yesterday during prejudging.
Oh, really? Martin did?
Yeah, so I guess for him to come back, after having a slight injury on stage and fixing his tan and like the pressure of the show, Ian was saying like it shows a lot of maturity, which I agree with 100%. So
Was it just a cramp or he actually hurt his hamstring?
I don't know. I have to talk to him, but apparently Ian is saying that he hurt himself a little bit. So I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, wow.
But
Fuck.
anyway, I'll let you get back to work. I'm live streaming right now, and everybody says they want to hear a quick prayer before you go.
Well, all right. I'm trying to pull together our guy. All right. Well, it's been a great day so far. Great Sunday, Sabbath day, and it'd be a great week.
It is going to be great. It is going to be a great week. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, Paulie. I'll talk to you soon.
I'll call you later.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys had fun, and we'll be back soon for some bro chat, bodybuilding and bollocks, solo Q&As. Make sure you guys check out hostile.com. Guys, we have buy one, get one free shorts. And we have some awesome training shorts, by the way. Buy one, get one free shorts. Use code BOGOFA. And you guys can get a buy one, get one free on the shorts. So get to hostile.com. Thank you guys for the support of the company. I love all you guys. Joshua Moore, thank you for the super chat. If Martin won because of his size, how does that make sense? If Sean was third, makes 0 sense. Well, before I go, I'll just explain this really quick. There is just because you're bigger and one guy's bigger doesn't mean the other guy has to win as well. Sean maybe has bigger proportions, but overall is a much smaller person and has a smaller chest and has a little bit thicker waist. So it's not exactly like 1 for 1. Like Sean is not the same as Martin. His legs are a little bit downsized. His stomach is not as nice as Martin's or Chris's. His chest is very small and narrow. Does he have some bigger body parts than Chris? Sure, but I don't think he has enough of a total package to beat someone that's 60 pounds heavier than him and in perfect condition with Chris's flow. So it's not just about size. And this is why it's tough to say, like, this is why I say it's tough to judge bodybuilding if you haven't been around for a long time, because you can't apply one rule to everybody. You have to judge one physique against one physique. Just because Martin has bigger body parts doesn't mean Sean's bigger body parts are enough to beat Chris, because there are some body parts that aren't as good as Martin's. Like I said, his legs, chest, waist doesn't look the same. His entire flow is not the same. So Martin has some tools that Sean doesn't have that allowed him to get over Chris in the show. So I hope that helps explain it. Anyway, thank you guys very much. Check out hostile.com for all our good merch and supplements. And we're coming out with a whole slew of lifting gear. We're not just a supplement brand. We're not a clothing brand, but we're also a lifting gear brand. Thank you guys for the support. We will catch you.